Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Golden Wisdom Daily, your cozy corner on YouTube where we share tips, stories, and heartfelt advice to help you live your healthiest, happiest life in your golden years. I'm so thrilled you're here today because we're diving into something truly special, something that can lift your spirits, boost your health, and maybe even add a few years to your life. Can you guess what it is? It's laughter. Yes, that simple, joyful act of chuckling, giggling, or even belly laughing until your sides hurt. Today, we're talking about why laughter is the best medicine for seniors. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see why a good laugh might just be the secret sauce to aging well. Picture this. You're sitting with a cup of tea or coffee, maybe in your favorite armchair, and we're just chatting like old friends. As we get older, life can throw some curveballs. Maybe it's aches and pains. Maybe it's missing the hustle and bustle of younger days. Or maybe it's just those quiet moments when you wonder how to keep the spark alive. But here's the thing. Laughter is like a little gift we can give ourselves every single day. It's free, it's natural, and science backs it up as one of the best ways to stay healthy, happy, and connected as we age. So, grab that tea, settle in, and let's explore why laughter is your best friend in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. We'll cover how it helps your body, your mind, your heart, and even your relationships. Plus, I'll share some practical ways to bring more laughter into your life starting today. Let's start with a question. When was the last time you had a really good laugh? I mean the kind where your eyes water, your cheeks hurt, and you feel lighter than you have in days. Maybe it was watching a funny movie, or maybe your grandkid said something so silly you couldn't help but crack up. If it's been a while, don't worry, we're going to change that. As we age, laughter becomes more than just a moment of joy. It's like a multivitamin for your body and soul. Researchers have been studying this for years, and the results are pretty amazing. Laughter doesn't just feel good. It does good things for you, from your heart to your immune system to your mood. First, let's talk about stress. You know how life can feel heavy sometimes? Maybe you're dealing with a health issue, worrying about a loved one, or just feeling the weight of the world. Stress can creep up. And for seniors, it can hit harder because our bodies don't bounce back like they used to. When you laugh, your body releases feel-good chemicals called endorphins. These are the same chemicals you get from exercise or a warm hug, and they help calm your nervous system. A study from the University of Maryland found that laughter can lower cortisol, that pesky stress hormone that can raise your blood pressure and weaken your immune system. So, when you laugh at a silly joke or a funny memory, you're literally giving your body a break from stress. How cool is that? But it's not just about stress. Laughter is like a workout for your heart. I'm not kidding. When you laugh, your heart rate goes up, your blood vessels relax, and oxygen flows more freely through your body. The American Heart Association says laughter can improve blood flow by up to 20%, which is similar to what you get from a light workout. For seniors, this is huge because keeping your heart strong is key to staying active and independent. Think of it like this. Watching a comedy show or sharing a funny story with a friend is like taking your heart for a little jog without leaving your couch. And here's another gem. Laughter boosts your immune system. As we age, our immune systems can get a bit sluggish, making us more prone to colds or other bugs. But studies, like one from Loma Linda University, show that laughter increases production of immune cells and antibodies. It's like giving your body's defense team a pep talk. One researcher even said that a good laugh can act like a mini vaccine, helping you fight off illness more effectively. So, the next time you're chuckling at a sitcom, you're not just having fun, you're giving your immune system a high five. Now, let's talk about your brain. As we hit our 60s and 70s, keeping our minds sharp is a big priority. Maybe you've noticed it's harder to remember names, or you're worried about staying mentally active. Laughter can help here. 2. When you laugh, your brain gets a surge of oxygen and blood flow, which keeps those neurons firing. Plus, laughter engages multiple parts of your brain at once, kind of like a mental workout. A study from Johns Hopkins University found that humor and laughter can improve memory and cognitive function in older adults. They tested seniors with simple word games after watching funny videos, and those who laughed scored better. So, laughter isn't just fun. It's like a gym session for your brain. But maybe the best part of laughter is how it lifts your mood. Let's be real, aging can bring some tough moments. Maybe you're dealing with loss, or your body doesn't move like it used to, or you're just feeling a bit lonely. Laughter is like a ray of sunshine on those cloudy days. It triggers the release of dopamine, another feel-good chemical that helps you feel happier and more relaxed. I love what Norman Cousins, a famous writer, said about this. Back in the 1970s, he was diagnosed with a serious illness, and he decided to fight it with laughter. He watched comedy films, read funny books, and surrounded himself with humor. He later wrote that 10 minutes of belly laughter gave him hours of pain-free sleep. His story inspired a whole field of research called psychoneuroimmunology, which is a fancy way of saying your mind and body are connected, and laughter is a bridge between them. Before we dive deeper, I want to take a quick moment to say thank you for being part of our Golden Wisdom Daily community. If you're enjoying this video and want to keep learning how to live your healthiest, happiest life, please hit that like button. It really helps us reach more people like you. And if you know someone who could use a little laughter in their life, share this video with them. It's a simple way to spread some joy. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss a new video from us. We're here every week with tips, stories, and inspiration to make your golden years truly golden. All right, let's get back to the good stuff. Now, let's get a little deeper. Laughter doesn't just make you feel good in the moment. It can actually help you heal. Whether you're dealing with physical pain, emotional heartache, or just the wear and tear of aging, laughter has a way of lightening the load. Let's talk about physical pain first. As we age, things like arthritis, back pain, or old injuries can flare up. Laughter won't cure those conditions, but it can make them easier to bear. When you laugh, your brain releases those endorphins we talked about, and they act like natural painkillers. A study from Oxford University found that people who watched 15 minutes of comedy reported higher pain tolerance afterward. They even tested it with a cold pressor test, where you stick your hand in ice water, and the folks who laugh could keep their hands in longer. So, next time your knees are acting up, maybe pop on a funny show. It won't fix everything, but it might give you a little relief. Laughter also helps with emotional healing. Maybe you've gone through a loss, a spouse, a friend, or even a life you used to have. Grief can feel like a heavy blanket, but laughter can lift it, even just for a moment. I heard about a man named George, who's 68. After losing his wife, he couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, and felt like joy was gone for good. But one day, his daughter brought over a DVD of an old sitcom they used to watch together. At first, George didn't want to watch it, but then a scene came on that made him chuckle. It wasn't much, just a little laugh. But it was the first time he felt anything like joy in months. Over time, he started watching more comedies, and he said it was like rediscovering a part of himself he thought was lost. Laughter didn't erase his grief, but it gave him a way to carry it. And here's something else. Laughter can even help you recover from illness. Remember Norman Cousins? His story is incredible, but he's not alone. Hospitals and senior care centers are starting to use laughter therapy. Yes, it's a real thing. They bring in comedians, show funny movies, or even do laughter yoga, where you practice laughing on purpose. It sounds silly, but it works. A study in Japan found that seniors who joined laughter therapy sessions had fewer hospital visits and reported better overall health. The researchers said it's because laughter reduces inflammation, boosts immunity, and helps your body relax, which gives a better chance to heal. So, whether you're recovering from a cold or managing a chronic condition, a little laughter can go a long way. All right, so we know laughter is amazing for your body, mind, and relationships. But how do you actually make it happen? If you're not feeling particularly jolly, it's not like you can just flip a switch and start laughing. Don't worry. I've got you covered with some practical, easy ways to bring more laughter into your daily life. These are designed for seniors, so they're simple, accessible, and perfect for your 60s and 70s. 1. Watch something funny. Let's start with the easiest one. Watch something that makes you laugh. Whether the classic sitcom like The Golden Girls or Seinfeld, a stand-up comedy special on Netflix, or even funny animal videos on YouTube, find something that tickles your funny bone. Make it a ritual. Maybe every evening after dinner, you watch 20 minutes of something funny. My friend Susan, who's 70, swears by old episodes of I Love Lucy. She says Lucille Ball's antics never fail to make her giggle, and it's become her nightly treat. If you're not sure where to start, check out comedy channels on YouTube or ask your kids or grandkids for recommendations. They'll probably point you to something hilarious. 2. Share funny stories. Another great way to laugh is to share funny stories with friends or family. Think back to a time when something silly happened. Maybe that time you got lost on a road trip, or when your dog stole your sandwich. These stories are gold, and they get even better when you share them. Try hosting a coffee morning with friends and make a rule that everyone has to share one funny story. Or call up an old friend and reminisce about the good old days. I know a group of seniors in my town who started a memory lane club where they meet once a month to share funny stories from their past. They say it's the highlight of their month, and they're always laughing until their sides hurt. 3. Try laughter yoga. Okay, this one might sound a bit out there, but hear me out. Laughter yoga. It's a real thing, and it's perfect for seniors because it's gentle and doesn't require much physical effort. In laughter yoga, you do simple exercises that involve fake laughing. Yes, fake. But here's the magic. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real laugh and a fake one, so you still get all the benefits. Plus, fake laughs usually turn into real ones pretty quickly. You can find laughter yoga classes at community centers or senior centers, or even follow along with videos online. There's a great YouTube channel called Laughter Yoga International with free sessions you can try at home. My neighbor Joan, who's 65, started doing it in her living room, and now she says it's her favorite way to start the day. 4. Spend time with funny people. You know those people who just have a knack for making you laugh? Maybe it's a friend who always has a witty one-liner, or a grandkid who's full of silly antics. Spend more time with them. Laughter is contagious, and being around funny people makes it easier to find your own joy. If you don't have anyone like that in your life right now, try joining a club or group where people share your sense of humor. Maybe it's a book club, a gardening group, or even a senior fitness class. You'd be surprised how much laughter happens when people get together and start chatting. 5. Find humor in everyday life. Finally, look for humor in the little things. Life is full of funny moments if you pay attention. Maybe it's the way your cat chases its tail, or the goofy typo in the local newspaper. One of my favorite stories comes from a viewer named Betty, who's 74. She was at the grocery store and accidentally grabbed someone else's cart, only to realize it when she found a giant pack of diapers in it. She hasn't had kids at home in decades. Instead of getting embarrassed, she laughed it off and even made a new friend when the other shoppers started cracking up too. Train yourself to see the humor in life's quirks, and you'll find reasons to smile every day. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but I don't feel like laughing right now. And I hear you. Life can be tough, and sometimes laughter feels out of reach. Maybe you're dealing with health challenges, or you're feeling isolated, or you're just not in the mood. That's okay. Let's talk about some common barriers to laughter and how to get past them. First, there's a physical side. If you're in pain or dealing with chronic condition, it's hard to feel lighthearted. But here's the thing. Laughter can actually help. Even a small chuckle can release those pain-relieving endorphins we talked about. Start small. Maybe watch a short funny clip or read a joke. You don't need to force a big belly laugh. Just a little smile can start the process. And if you're worried about mobility, try seated activities like watching a comedy or doing laughter yoga from a chair. You don't need to be super active to laugh. Another barrier is feeling lonely or disconnected. If you're spending a lot of time alone, it's harder to find reasons to laugh. But you don't need a big social circle to enjoy humor. Try joining an online community, like our Golden Wisdom Daily comment section. Share a funny story or a joke in the comments below, and you'll be amazed at how many people respond. Or reach out to one person, a friend, a neighbor, even a family member you haven't talked to in a while. A quick phone call can turn into a laugh-filled conversation. And sometimes, it's just a matter of mindset. If you're feeling down, humor might seem frivolous or out of place. But let me tell you a secret. Laughter doesn't mean you're ignoring your problems. It's like taking a break to recharge so you can face those problems with more strength. Think of it like a warm cup of tea for your soul. It doesn't fix everything, but it makes things feel a little more manageable. Try giving yourself permission to laugh, even when life feels heavy. Start with something small, like a funny meme or a silly joke, and let it build from there. Here's the key to making laughter work for you. Make it a habit, just like you brush your teeth or take your vitamins. Build laughter into your daily routine. It doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe you start your morning with a funny podcast while you sip your coffee, or you end your day with a comedy show before bed. The important thing is consistency. Your body and mind respond best when they know what to expect. Over time, you'll notice that laughter becomes easier and those little moments of joy start to add up. Let me share a story about a man named Harold, who's 78. Harold used to be a grump. His words, not mine. After retiring, he felt like life had lost its spark. But then he started a new habit. Every evening, he'd watch a short comedy clip on YouTube. Nothing fancy, just 5 to 10 minutes of something funny. At first, he did it just to pass the time, but after a few weeks, he noticed he was sleeping better, feeling less stressed, and even enjoying his days more. Now, he's a guy telling jokes at the senior center, and his friends say he's like a new person. That's the power of making laughter a habit. It doesn't just change your mood, it changes your life. And don't worry if you're not naturally a funny person. You don't have to be a comedian to enjoy laughter. It's about finding what makes you smile. Maybe it's silly cat videos. Maybe it's old reruns of Friends. Or maybe it's just laughing at yourself when you forget where you park your car. Whatever it is, lean into it. Your laughter is unique, and it's yours to enjoy. Let's talk about the big picture. Laughter and living longer. You might be thinking, come on, can laughter really help me live longer? The answer is yes, sort of. Laughter isn't a magic pill, but it supports so many aspects of health that it can absolutely contribute to a longer, happier life. Think about it. Laughter reduces stress, which lowers your risk of heart disease. It boosts your immune system, which helps you fight illness. It improves your mood, which makes you more likely to take care of yourself. And it strengthens your relationships, which studies show is one of the biggest predictors of longevity. There's even research to back this up. A study in Norway followed thousands of people over 15 years and found that those with a strong sense of humor live longer, especially women. The researchers think it's because humor helps you cope with life's challenges, so you're less likely to get overwhelmed by stress or illness. Another study from the University of Akron found that seniors who laughed regularly had lower rates of depression and reported better overall health. So, while laughter won't make you live forever, it can help you live better. And that's just as important. I love the story of a woman named Dorothy, who's 85 and still going strong. Dorothy swears her secret to a long life is her daily dose of laughter. Every morning, she reads the comics in the newspaper, and every evening, she watches a funny show with her daughter. She says, life's too short to take seriously, so I laugh as much as I can. Dorothy's not just surviving, she's thriving, and her laughter is a big part of that. Before we wrap up, I want to make sure everyone can enjoy laughter, no matter their circumstances. If you have mobility issues, try seated comedy activities like watching a funny movie or listening to a comedy podcast. If you're on a budget, YouTube is full of free funny content, from stand-up clips to cute animal compilations. If you're feeling isolated, reach out to just one person. It could be a phone call, a text, or even a comment in our Golden Wisdom Daily community below. And if you're dealing with hearing or vision challenges, look for comedies with subtitles or audio described versions. Most streaming platforms like Netflix and YouTube offer these. The point is, laughter is for everyone. You don't need to be in perfect health, have a big social circle, or even feel happy all the time. Start where you are with what you have, and let laughter work its magic. Even a small smile could be the start of something wonderful. As we come to the end of our chat, I hope you're feeling a little lighter, maybe even smiling already. At 60, 65, 70, or beyond, life is still full of possibilities, and laughter is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to make every day better. It's not just about giggling at a joke, though that's pretty great. It's about giving your body, mind, and heart a chance to rest, heal, and connect. Laughter is like a warm hug you can give yourself, and it's always there when you need it. So, here's my challenge for you. Try adding one moment of laughter to your day. Maybe it's watching a funny video, calling a friend to share a silly story, or just chuckling at something small, like your dog's goofy antics. Start small, but start today. Let your body relearn the rhythm of joy. Give it time, and you might find that laughter becomes your secret weapon for living a healthier, happier life. Thank you so much for joining me today on Golden Wisdom Daily. It means the world to have you here, sharing this journey with us. Drop a comment below and let me know what's something that always makes you laugh. Maybe it's a favorite show, a funny memory, or even a silly joke. I can't wait to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep laughing, keep living, and keep shining. Take care, friends.